Jesse Townsend at Parkway Athletic Club. If you want to reach out to me, you can get me at stevemain.com. Jesse is at Parkway Athletic Club. He's a personal trainer there. It's one of the clubs that he works out of. Go down there, say hi to him. You can check out Parkway Athletic Club online also. They're in South Reno. If you guys like this stuff, hit the like button and you'll get more like it. Our subscriber base is really growing. So we want to thank you. Welcome, Jesse.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Steve.
So let's talk about something that is, there's not necessarily one way or this is the right way or the wrong way to do it, but age matters, your goals matter, what you're trying to accomplish. Let's talk about multiple joint movements, which is where you're actually working multiple muscles, correct? Or single joint movements where you're isolating a muscle and you're trying to isolate only one muscle. So talk a little bit about how you would use the two and maybe what your objectives would be in deciding this.
Yeah, so obviously a couple of different styles, right, to put in there for your lifting habits. Multiple joint or what are considered mostly to be like these compound movement patterns. And then we could say compared to or just maybe even in addition to, right, at some points in workout programs, if it's proper, single joint or more of like these isolated movements. So on one hand, with the compound or the multiple joint movements, great for a lot of things. The one part that pops out, or the one thing that pops out most for people who are trying to be active in their life and work out in a gym or at home or whatever it may be, is the first thing it's going to do is kind of increase the amount of calories that you're going to burn. Let's say if you incorporated these multiple joint or these compound movements throughout the exercise period that you're doing. So if you're doing, an hour or even a half an hour of what is considered resistance training, like I said, at home or in a gym or wherever you may be, compound movements or these multiple joint movements are going to allow you to burn a lot more calories, basically, as opposed to burning, calories on like a single joint movement exercise. And reason is pretty simple, right? So the more muscles that you move or use or put tension on, however you want to look at it, the more calories you're going to burn when you make these groups move, and especially when you're using these different joints to make these groups move together. The other thing it's good for too is being functionally fit, right? So these single joint movements can be good for, let's say, like balancing certain imbalances that may be there in the body, working specifically on muscle groups that you just need to improve for, again, whatever reason it may be, stability or balance or for your posture. There's all different reasons, right? But again, in most workout habits, the more we incorporate these multiple joint movements, even on the functional end, just for being fit for life is what I call the functional fitness side, you're going to be able to, again, just be more functional, right? So you're going to be used to doing, movements that you do throughout your days that you may struggle with, and you're going to improve the muscles and strengthen them in these multiple joints and areas, and do it at a little bit faster of a pace as opposed to doing this single joint movement or this isometrics work, however you want to look at some of that stuff too. So again, overall benefits: burn a little bit more calories than you would with the single joint movements. You can also use it to get a lot done in an exercise time, right? So like I was talking to and working with a client last night, and she was kind of just observing, in the gym and watching what other people were doing. And she took notice that, in about a 45-minute period where we had just worked pretty hard and got a lot done, that she had pretty much done, more than what she had noticed was going on around her. And what a lot of the workouts habits that I was seeing was people doing these single joint actions and, working on their bicep curls and working on, whatever it may be, a push down for triceps. And, they were doing like a typical stay at the area, stay at the lift. do your few sets and do it for whatever rep counts you're in. And again, we were moving from compound movement to compound movement, and her heart rate was up high. She was burning a lot of calories. She felt like she got a great workout. That's always a big thing. Don't ever underestimate the power of what you feel in a workout program is important to keep you motivated and to keep your discipline high, right? So so overall, I think a lot of benefits when used properly. But again, on the other side too, still a place for, of course, these single joint movements, and don't take that out of your program. Just maybe in addition to these compound movements are really important as well.
Yeah, it depends on what your goals are. Age, I like more multiple joint or compound movements, as you call them, for older people because it helps your flexibility. And our bodies don't work one muscle at a time. Our bodies work together when we do something. However, you said it, do you throw isolation exercises out where you're trying to isolate? No, not if you're trying to make your biceps bigger and stronger. Isolate them and work them that way to make them bigger and stronger. Or pick your muscle, by isolating it and trying to keep that the only muscle that's moving, that will make that particular spot stronger and bigger. But the multiple joint movements are going to go more for an athlete and things that you would do throughout the day, and a big benefit for people who are getting older. So any other thoughts you'd want to add to that, Jesse?
No, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I think just the story that you're probably going to keep hearing when we're talking about these different types and styles is that in most workout spaces or routines that you may have and you practice throughout the week, it's important to incorporate all different styles, right? If you can, and if you're in the and have the ability, obviously, too. If you don't, then you start where you're at and you work from there. And that's kind of how a workout program is designed. It's based on what your ability is at the point in which you're practicing, this discipline. So, but again, practicing all multiple different types of workout strategies and incorporating them and then at the highest level is knowing how to do all of these things properly, to begin with, and maybe making sure that you have a professional or somebody to coach you through when you don't know how to perform them when you first start doing them. But yeah, man, I think it's just very important that we practice this strategy that's, been known and been around forever of mixing up our workouts. We can call it shocking the muscle groups or, whatever you want to target it as, but it is important to do multiple types of exercise and workout styles.
Yeah, good topic, Jesse. Good information. Jesse's at Parkway Athletic Club in Reno, Nevada. Go check him out. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.